Hi, I want to make a video because I have loads of stuff inside of me that are looking forward to be expressed. I feel that I have completed a very intense cycle where I needed to see what in me that was not allowing me to evolve. It's all about self love and self worth and being able to project into our own self what we have been projected into the whole world. Recently, I felt really, really broken, but I saw that the world was fixed. It's like I've become everything that I didn't want to exist. I've always believed in dedicating ourselves until exhaustion for what we believe in, for the creation of understanding and cooperation. I've always believed in commitment to shared paths, and I have dedicated myself to be a part of a shared path with some other people, and it has created a lot of pain in me because it created a lot of frustration and stress, and I was taking all the responsibility for the whole thing when can't really do that because we're all responsible, and it's sometimes things happen and there's no way to control them. And that's exactly the biggest lesson, but not only the lesson, but also the application and the reintegration into life again from that new programming. It's very different from what I was used to because and it took a lot of trust, and it's a little bit woo woo and cuckoo because the truth is that what I'm basically saying is that I have released the control that I had on the world, which includes my own life, and I have given it to God. And I have literally gone dancing many times because I found myself in such mental and emotional and even financial um, disturbance and confusion that I didn't really know how to proceed. So I did proceed in different ways. And I've come to the conclusion that as long as I'm trying to control situations to work in a certain or towards a certain goal, where it includes controlling things besides myself, it a fox maybe. So relinquishing control is it's one of those expressions I know that we hear all the time and it makes no sense and we have no idea what it really means, and it's all very spiritual and non-practical, and it doesn't really mean anything, does it? What does it really mean? It's very mysterious. And there's no proof that it works because the truth is that we see that people that have some kind of control in the well, there's different kinds of people that have achieved a massive amount of safety or that have received a lot of prosperity and that have managed to manage it. And then there's people that manage the resources and their life in such a controlled manner that they are able to keep things in a stable way for long periods of time. And it's two different ways to do things. And what I feel is that um, I prefer the effortless way because I tried the other way for love, for union, for family, for a balance, for harmony. I have sacrificed my trust in life. I've sacrificed my carelessness and my well, you can call it carelessness, but it was luck. It was good luck, good charisma, good connections. I really knew what mattered because I was very present and I connected to people and in a way that was aligning me to new opportunities. So I was very happy, very careless, very hardworking, very relaxed, but I had a lot of anxiety because I had no control over anything. And you can think of that as bad. Of course, nobody likes anxiety, but anxiety is the bridge to really cool stuff, like the best. Everything that is good starts with anxiety before it gets liberated, before we release the anxiety, or before we transform it or alchemize it or express it. Whatever we do with that, anxiety is energy, anxiety is power. And we don't want it because it makes us feel uncomfortable, and because we got used to striving for calm and comfort. And I tried it for the sake of understanding people in my life, for the sake of understanding my parents and my family and my mission as a normal human being that has normal relationships, like that has a stable life. I swear to God that I tried my best. I tried many times. Two very big, important times I tried with all my being, which is when I was a mother. My intentions were set on making things work, on preserving the essential values and whatever was most important and vulnerable and needed to be cared for. I did it. And I had good practice because I've been a carer, I've been a volunteer, I've been studious of the human psyche, because my need to understand others is so strong and so intense that I I actually go to hell to know why people are there, why they don't get out, that sort of things, and to rescue them, of course. Obviously, it's like it's so obvious, but I don't think people understand that. I think people think that I go to hell because I like it. So when they see me in hell with them, they just take advantage. They just take advantage of it. It's like the proverbial the the person that saves people when they're drowning. Well, it's that. It's like if you try and help someone that is drowning, you really need to know what you're doing, because otherwise people are going to drown you, because it's the panic, it's the anxiety, it's all the lack of mastery, the lack of tools to achieve mastery in a level that creates the possibility for group work. So I feel I'm finishing a very important cycle where I I had to make a choice. Because I had to make a choice to finish the cycle. A cycle where I was acting in a way to achieve certain goals. So I was wishfully thinking and hoping that things are one way so that I can be there. And because my biggest mission is the truth above any other, I failed in this group work, study, effort, project cycle in my life thing that is very big. It has taken me many, many, many years and many, many, many experiences, and I failed and I lost everything, and I I drowned in hell trying to help others, and I also learned that life is much more difficult than I thought, especially when you have difficult missions, it's I didn't choose an easy mission and I never gave up on it, and it's what it is. It's a fight, it's a struggle, it's in the long term, but in each moment I feel more and more connected to myself and to something that is my existence in this time, in this place. It's my life. I am in my life. I am not living a life that I don't want because makes me sad or makes me very stressed or feel very incapable or very exhausted. It's it's not someone else's life, and it's not a life that I could be living. It's my time. I am always aware of myself. And that is also very exhausting. That is also very difficult. It's just as difficult to be so present and so aware of ourselves as it is to not be present and aware of ourselves. It's as difficult, it's the same difficulty. The only difference is that in the end of the day, what I have is me, is my own inner peace. It's my own smile. I have my own smile. I have my own thoughts, my own prayers. I have my own instinct. Each day I feel stronger in what I really, really want. And it's not easy to know that. we think we know certain things, but it has taken me 13 years of search, of experiences, one on top of the other, on top of the other, which include journeys, different jobs, different relationships, investments, making nests, losing nests, opening heart, getting hurt over and over and over again, to be here now in this moment, in a place where I can call home, where I don't have anyone telling me or making me feel a certain way. It's overrated. It's overrated. Underrated. It's completely underrated. And it's overrated, maybe. I hope so. I hope that. Because I don't. What's the point of me being with me if others don't have any awareness of it, if it doesn't exist? It's like a star. I mean, of course, a star is just content in itself, but if it shines on other people's lives somehow, it's gonna be happier. It's gonna be more fulfilled. And when I started 13 years ago on this quest to understand why the fuck relationships don't work, and why do people suffer so much, and why does my family have this history of such trauma and drama and misery, and why things don't work, why, I learned in school things work. There's the mathematics that teaches you how to discover the solution to the problems. There's the history and geography where you can study what worked and what didn't, so you can make things better, and you work where things are and how things work. How things work. We learn all our lives how things work. How could I accept, with my bright mind and my big fluffy open butterfly heart, that relationships don't work? I just couldn't accept it. Can you accept it? That relationships make you feel like shit? And now I'm talking to a phone. And people get a lot of bliss from their phones, from their own mirrors. It's the mirror. And we can only look in the mirror properly and see ourselves in the mirror properly when we have been through certain experiences where we can look at our faces and transcend all the blockages, and it scares me to think that 13 years later the conclusion is that relationships don't work. the time I thought it was me. I thought it was me. I'm the problem. I'm the one who's too this or too that, and I tried to be less that and more like. And it isn't. It's everybody. Everybody loves their phones. Everybody loves their mirror. Everybody needs it. People feel more independent. People feel more free. People feel seen. People don't need to beg for attention because they have a mirror. And I really, really, really believe in love and in loving relationships. But unfortunately, unfortunately, I see beyond what we show each others because I don't get content easily with comfort. I am very sensitive to emotional states and to the patterns that the emotional states create. So the awareness of the patterns makes me question and makes me stimulate honest conversations. And honest conversations is quite a thing. As we know, it's much more than talking or looking good or looking bad, or it's honest conversations are seen by a lot of people as a problem because it creates problematic emotional states, difficult emotional states. Although we can create a lot of healing and evolution, it can create changes. It basically disrupts comfort and the discrepancy that gets settled in life. You know, we are. I keep trying to explain things as if people are heartless, as if people have no idea of their spirit, of their spiritual needs, of their spiritual mission, as if it's silly. But I only do it because I've always made such an effort to adapt. You know, people say it's people pleasing, but it's not. It's not people pleasing. It's pleasing the vision that I have of a better world. That's the better world I want. It's a world where we actually care about each other and we choose our words and we choose our actions and we refrain from doing certain things. We refrain from projecting certain things into the reality that we share with others. We refrain from existing if our existence is causing suffering. And I don't know if this is healthy, to be honest. Refraining from existing to not upset others. It's not only upsetting others, it's like I don't feel like I stop existing to not upset others, but I have got myself away from very intense and important connections in my life. Family, deep friends, strong, important friendships, and a lot of relationships that I have just refrained from that are really, really, really important for me. They are the basis of my life because, and I stop relating to these people because I've just hit walls. I have hit walls. Walls made of anger and I'm picturing people with stones in their hands, throwing them with words and with emotions because people are so hurt with my existence, the way that I am, the way that I talk honestly about things, and the way that I investigate. I don't investigate people, I investigate situations, and I investigate different perspectives on situations. And that's really important, at least for me. It's and there's a whole world of people like me. There's a whole world of people that really care about the frequency that they're spending their time in, about the thoughts that are going through their minds, about people that really care about how conversations and how relationships and how people make them feel. People that actually believe that they have the power to choose to feel good, even if it means feeling sad. Because I prefer to be sad. Honestly, I prefer to be sad than to be fucking stupid. I prefer to be poor than to be completely fucking stupid and selfish. Because while I am in these energies of lack, you can call it lack, because I am making a choice of lack. I am choosing lack because where I see the abundance, I just don't go with it. I just don't vibe with that. I can only connect with situations and people that have the same values as me, that have the same